Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 21 of Patton's Best here on the World War II Solitaire Board Game channel. So we have survived 20 days of battle. I never thought we would get this far, and we're soon we have done half of the campaign. And yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. I figured maybe we have maybe 10 episodes, but not 21 episodes. Okay, let's see where this ends. The next battle that we roll for on the combat calendar is an advance. Combat happens on 2 or lower, and it's a light resistance. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So we need to roll a 2 or lower. Roll a 5, so the first one is skipped. Second one, roll a 4, so the second one is skipped. And then we roll a 3, so the third one is also skipped. Then roll a 6. And on the final one, roll a 1. So on the final one we do have combat. And it's an advance with light resistance, so that's nice and comforting for a change to have some light resistance. And yes, I should have noted the date. The date is going to be the 23rd of November, so we are soon in December. 23rd of November 1944. And we have a light advance. Right, we go ahead and look at our sequence of play. Determine an amount of daylight available for this day, and we are in November. So 7:15 is when the sun rises. And then the sun sets at 4:15. See here. I miss those long days now. You can just call him for Artie, 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 Artie. No worries. Now you have trouble make it in time. Determine. Okay. We should have consulted a weather table first, so we do that. 1 to 61, we have clear weather. We roll 74, meaning we're gonna have fog. Ooh, that's bad. That is bad. Fog. Fog or falling snow. Spotting and combat possible at short range only. Treat all direct fire as passing through smoke. Okay, that's interesting. Consult ammo availability and extra ammo tables. We load 14 HEBI, 30 AP. That makes us have 60 HE left. And then we roll on the extra ammo table a d10. And roll a 10. So that means we have to bring 30 extra HE and 10 extra 30 cal ammo. Okay. Load ready rack. We go with 2 HE, 2 AP. And then we need to determine time and ammo already expended. And we'll roll a 2. So that's split in half plus 1. That's 2 hours. So that's pretty good. We mark off 2 hours of time. And that is going to be 4 HE rounds and 2 30 cal boxes. So we go from 10 30 cal boxes, 10 extra that is, to 8. And from 30 extra HE rounds, we go to 26. Alright. And then we need to determine our tank's deployment. And we're all 17. I think that's a good number for us. Yes, that means we're stopped. We're stopped and we are not the lead tank. And that is the important part. With the jumbo tank, of course, awesome tank, but we're going to be the lead tank most of the time. And then we go ahead and mark open hatches. We're gonna open them all. I'm gonna have problems now with the fog. There's a bunch of different things the fog actually does. So first of all, we said that fog and falling snow, spotting and combat possible at short range only. Treat all direct fire as passing through smoke. So how are things gonna how are things gonna happen? Is that just for me? I think I gotta read up on the rules there. Mark the round in the main gun. We go with HE. Face the turret and tank in direction desired. Yeah, we're done there. Determine start area. Starting area is going to be 1. I don't think we ever had 1 as the starting area. We roll for exit area and roll a 2. So if starting area is 1 and you roll 2, 8 is going to be your exit area, and that's not too far away. But yeah, we have the fog, so that's might prove to be a problem. Alright, we check resistance for one area. We will go ahead and check resistance for the D area and roll an 8. Our resistance today, expected resistance today, is expected to be light. On a roll of 8 to 10, with that it will be medium resistance. So I am gonna go ahead and spend instead 15 minutes of time and do recon for this A area. And roll an 8 there as well. So again, we have medium resistance. No luck with my rolls today. Alright, let's see what I'm gonna do. Yeah, not quite sure what to do here because the battles in fog, and we have fog all day. The battles in fog can really drag out. If we go to the D area here, we will have combat on a roll of 6 or higher, so there's a 50% chance of combat. Let's see our total travel time, 45 minutes times 4. Wow. So that is 1.5 hour, 2 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours, 3 hours and 30 minutes. That's 3 hours and 30 minutes just for traveling. Well, I am gonna call in some artillery for D then, because that's quite effective. It doesn't have the negative modifier which the friendly action table will have during fog, which will make the battles long. So I call in for a total of 2 airstrikes to begin with. Happens on 1 to 7. So 10 is the first roll, and the second roll is also 10. I'll do it again. 2 artillery strikes. First is a roll of 6, so it's approved, and second is a roll of 5. And I'm just gonna do it again one more time, and we get a roll of 4, so we are more lucky there. With fog, of course, you cannot call in for airstrikes. We go ahead and move into this area. We pay 45 minutes of time and 2 fuel, so we go from 35 to 33 fuel. And then we roll for advancing fire, and we roll 7, so that's going to be 3 of each. So we still have 5 extra 30 cal boxes and 23 extra HE rounds. We will roll now to see if combat happens. Combat will happen on a roll of 6 or higher. And roll 1. That's lucky. We saved 15 minutes there, and to be honest, I don't want to have combat today with the fog at all, because it's gonna drag out on time. You can only fire on enemies which are at close range, so you can imagine. We got our first VP there for captured area. We go ahead and roll for resistance in the A area, and we roll a 1, so we have light resistance. The question is what I should do now. 3.5 hour. I'll call in for 1 artillery strike. On a 1 to 7, it's approved. We get a 6. And then I go ahead and move in. I spend 45 minutes because there is no direct road. As well as 2 fuel, of course. So we go to 31 fuel. And then I'm going to roll for advanced fire. We roll a 9, so that's going to be 4 of each. So we have 1 extra 30 cal box now, and 19 extra HE rounds, and that is dangerous. We are gonna blow up if we get hit by a Panzerfaust with that amount of extra ammo. We roll to see if there is combat now. Combat will occur on 7 or higher because we're in an A area, light resistance. And we roll 6. That was close call. We roll for, first of all, we mark a VP, and we roll for the A area, and roll a 2. So we're lucky again, we have light resistance. And yeah, I will call in 1 artillery strike. On a 1 to 7, it's approved, and we roll 8. Yeah, it's... I'm not gonna try it again. 45 minutes to roll into that area. And it's also gonna be 2 fuel, so we go down to 29 fuel. And then we roll for advancing fire, and roll 10. So that is gonna be 5 HE rounds. So we go from 19 to 14. And now we had 31 30 cal boxes, so now we have 26. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. I really hope they don't get combat now. We're kind of gambling a little bit here. Again, it's light resistance in an A area, so combat will occur on a roll of 7 or higher. And roll 10, so that is very unfortunate, since we decided not to use any of that artillery. However, we did use advancing fire, and now I'm gonna put some in the long range and medium range. Remember, you cannot put the only place you cannot put it in front of your tank is long range, sector 6 to 8, for some very strange reason. I do not know why. I don't understand it at all. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe someone who's watching who is better at Sherman tanks know exactly why. I mean, I guess there has to be a reason, but for some reason you can't. And the reason why I'm doing that now, obviously, is because I can only attack at close range. I want to get rid of everyone at medium and long range. So we put at those we can in long range and in all of the medium range as well. Now we go ahead and roll to activate 2 enemy units. First unit, 62, is going to be a tank. That's unfortunate. And I'm going to re-roll that. 72, that is going to be a Panzerspehwagen, and it's going to be a Spehwagen, or a Panzerwagen, Panzerspehwagen, that is. We need to mark off 50 minutes also, since combat actually occurred. Let's roll to see where our tiger friend goes, and he will go over here. And he will go in, I believe that is close range, isn't it? Let's see here. Tank, yes, that is close range. And his facing will be the front. And then his terrain in an A area, I believe that is hold down. Yes, sir. He's hold down rather close. I'm not comfortable with that. And then we have the Panzerspehwagen who goes here, and his range is going to be long, I believe that is going to be. Yes, sir. And his facing will be, let's see here. That's going to be the rear. Barely see his, it's a very small picture. I think it's like that. And his terrain will be in the woods. He's hiding in the woods. Okay, so the first thing we go ahead and do is look at our advancing fire, which is not going to be very effective now because we have some very bad modifiers. So to kill this guy, we need 1 to 40, 1 to 49, or to make him retreat with the 3 US control markers. So 1 to 49. But then we have 2 modifiers here, plus 10 during fog or falling snow weather. So 1 to 49 turns into 1 to 39. And then we have plus 10 advancing fire versus vehicles. So it's a plus 20 modifier to our roll. So instead of 1 to 49 to kill him, it's 1 to 29. But let's hope we get him anyway. 1 to 29 to take him out. And we roll 63. So that is rather unfortunate. We did not get him. So we get rid of our advancing fire markers. Today they did not help us out. And we also need to roll for ambush now, and that is most likely going to happen. You know, ambush basically always happens for some reason. You never seem to roll the 8, 9, or 10 when checking for ambush. It's so strange. But then we have here a nasty modifier die roll -1 in rain, falling, snow, or fog weather. And we have fog now, so that means on a roll of 1 to 8, on a roll of 1 to 8 instead of 1 to 7, we will have an ambush. And roll a 7, so yes, there will be an ambush. So the first we roll for now is going to be the Speerwagen, and they have a +10 modifier because it's an ambush. 27 turns into 37, and that's going to be move forward. So we roll for a new facing, and that's going to be the front. Let's see here, it's so hard to see the front, and his new terrain will be hold down. So he is going to be hold down while moving. And then we have our tiger that will have +10 as well. And roll 65, turns into 75. And that is going to be fire at any tank. Alright, 75, fire at any tank. Enemy fire combat, that's 88L. Close range 68 or lower. But I'm guessing that we should halve it during falling snow or fog weather. To kill numbers are halved for both tables, and combat beyond close range is prohibited. So that also means that the enemy cannot attack me at long range. So that's cool, at least. So, but he's at close range now, and the let's see, what did we say? Closer 68. Nope, it is 68 to kill is halved because of this fog. So 68 then is going to be 34. 34 lower, he takes out a tank. He rolls 60. So he does not manage to kill any tank. Okay, and then we roll as part of the ambush on the random events table. And we roll 39. 39 is going to be a friendly advance. We cannot advance because you can only go to adjacent areas, and we have 2 enemies, one in those adjacent areas. So unfortunately for us, the friendly advance is a no-go. And then it is our turn. So the first thing we're going to attempt is to spot, of course. Commander will try to spot the tiger. He spots with a roll of 6, and we get some nice modifiers here. It's a +1 because of fog weather, +1. So that's bad, but that's the only bad one we have. Well, actually, we have a +1 because it's hold down also. But then we have -2 targeted close range, -1 large targets. We have a -3. So total it's a -1. So that is and target fired weapon last turn is -2. So it's a total of -3 in the end. So that's a 3, which is of course more than half of mine. So we identify it. Well, on the identification table, and a 7 is going to be a Panzer 5. So it's a Panther. It's a Panther tank. And then we attempt to spot that one as well with our commander. And roll, I'm just gonna re-roll that. A 10, unfortunately, so that means he's hidden, but that's good. But you know, at least he cannot fire at us. But he could not do that anyway because we have fog weather. Okay, and then we have to decide if we want to open or close our hatches. I'll close my. I'll keep them open. I think that's for the best. But our crew actions, we are gonna go ahead and we will pivot the tank, and we will rotate turret with the gunner. The assistant driver will fire the bow MG. My loader will fire the submachine gun, and my commander is firing a 50 cal. So movement first, the tank pivots, and then the turret changes. He will change it into that zone, and then we fire. So first of all, the loader fires a submachine gun advancing fire into this zone. The tank is firing a BOMG resistant drive, that is. And then my commander is firing the 50 cal into the close range of this zone. So we roll for ammo expenditure. You don't roll for the submachine gun, but for the 50 cal, I roll 88, so it's no ammo. 1 to 30, you spend ammo. 98, 99, or 100, you have a gun malfunction. And for the BOMG, I roll 98, so we have a gun malfunction, unfortunately, now on the BOMG. That's very unfortunate. So there will be no advancing fire there, and we have to mark off our BOMG as malfunctioning, unfortunately. We can attempt to repair it, of course, later in the game. And that's going to be it. Then we have enemy phase again. We start with the Speerwagen, or Puncher Speerwagen, and roll 2d10. We roll 46, which is going to be move left, I believe. Let's see, 41 to 50, move left. It is bad for us because then he moves into this and captures on territory. Hold down and all that. Let's roll for his new facing. He will have to face front, and his terrain is going to be hold down again. And then we have our Panther tank, and we roll 3. 3 for a tank is do nothing, 1 to 10 is do nothing. So he's just chilling out, basically. Okay, let's see. We have friendly action. So to get the Puncher Speerwagen now, we need a roll of. It is a roll of 1 to 40, 1 to 46 with these, but then we have a plus 10 because during fog. So the 1 to 46 turns into 1 to 36. I'm just gonna look if I have any other modifiers here. Flanking fire, airstrikes, free smoke marker, during fog. So during fog or falling snow weather, no friendly action of any type other than artillery may be resolved against units in sectors 6 to 8 at either medium or long range. I do not know why. Again, we have that. That is just like advancing fire. Advancing fire plays 6 advanced fire markers anywhere in sector 45, 9 to 10, and in close and medium ranges, sector 6 to 8. So again, in advanced fire, you cannot put it here, and when you have fog or snow, you cannot have a friendly action except artillery in this and this zone. It's very. I would very much like to find out why. Anyway, that's now I'm rambling. I'll try to take out this guy. We need 1 to 36. And we're all 36. That is 36. So we take out the Puncher Speerwagen. So that's cool. At least we get him. I think it's gonna be harder with the Panther. And we mark off VP for that. That is gonna be 2 VP for our team. And then we have the Panther tank. To take out the Panther tank, we need 1 to 20. With the modifiers 1 to 26, but then we have the plus 10 for smoke, so 1 to 16. And we're all 3. Are you kidding me? We're all 3. That is just amazing. Okay, that was interesting. So that means we managed to take out this Panther. We marked the VP for him, and that is going to be, should I say her? That is 9 VP. Not bad. And still we have to roll, unfortunately, on the random events table. And roll 21. That is, I was very worried that would be harassing fire because we're all out of the hatches. But no, that is minus, and we are not moving currently, so we're good. So that is the end. We win this area. I gotta say that I think that actually went very good. I was a little bit worried about the fog and everything, but it's fine. Okay, let's see here. We reset our board. And we roll on the repair table. And I mean, it's basically impossible to not have it repaired. On a 91 to 100, it's repaired. no, sorry, on 1 to 90 is repaired. On a 91 or higher, it's broken, but you do minus the crewman's rating, and the crewman's rating assistant driver is 5. So we have 56, so it is repaired. Right, and then we have to roll for new deployment of our tank. And roll 22. That is very lucky for us because that still means that we're stopped and we are not the lead tank. 32 or higher, we would be the lead tank with this jumbo tank. It is very cool to be in a jumbo. I am a little bit sad it's not a bigger gun though. Okay, so we roll now for resistance in the B area here. And roll a 2, so we have light resistance. Very happy with that. Now we need to see how much time we have left. We don't have that much time. We have 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm not going to spend any artillery. I'm simply going to move in and pray. So we move in here to this B area. That's 45 minutes since we do not have a direct route. We spend 2 fuel, so we're down to 27 fuel. We roll for advancing fire. We roll a 5. That is going to be 2 of each. So we go from 26 30 cal boxes to 24. And we go from 14 extra HE rounds to 12. So we still have a lot of extra HE rounds, but the less you have, the less a chance of you blowing up. I'm just going to say how much it is. It is for each 2 rounds, you get +1. So that is a +6 if you have 12 extra on tank explosion table. And that is just, it's not horrible, but if you have 30 extra, you know, you're in trouble. Okay, so where were we? Yes, we are. We rolled to see if there was advancing fire, how much we spent. So now we're going to see if there is combat. Hopefully it's not, because we need to save our time. Combat will occur in this area on a roll of 8 or higher. And roll of 1, so that is rather lucky. We capture the area. There's 1 more VP. Now we have 1 hour and 30 minutes. We are going to need 30 minutes to move into this area. So that means we have 1 hour over. So we mark off 45 minutes straight away, just to call in for artillery strikes 3 times. 1 to 7 it happens. First roll is a 7, so we are granted artillery by our command. Second roll is 7 again, so we have it. And then last roll for the last artillery support marker, 1 to 7. And we roll a 3, so we also get artillery. That is perfect, perfect, perfect. And we have 45 minutes remaining now. We only need 30 minutes to move into this area. So, because we have a dirt road, so we mark off 30 minutes. We roll for advancing fire at 7. And first we spend our fuel before we forget. We go from 27 to 25. 7, that is going to be 3 rounds. We go from 24 to 21 30 cal. And then we go from 12 extra HE rounds to 9. And now is the happening here. It's the last area, the exit area. Combat will occur because it's light resistance. I forgot to put the light resistance marker, I guess. Combat will occur because I rolled for resistance, didn't I? I'm sure I did. Combat, I'm just going to check. I 10, so that would be medium, but I'm sure I rolled for resistance. I must have. Okay, I'm actually gonna check the camera because I don't want to cheat you guys. Okay, moment. Okay, somehow I must have missed a roll for resistance, but let's say it's medium because I did roll a die and it was 10. So let's say it's medium resistance. Okay, so we have artillery support, we have advanced fire. It is an A area, so combat will likely happen now because with a medium resistance, combat occurs on a roll of 6 or higher, but we have a +1 modifier. So it happens now on a roll of 5 or higher. And roll a 6, so we do have combat. So that we mark off our last minutes, our last 15 minutes for that. So we activate 3 enemy units. First enemy unit is 67. 67 is going to be an AT gun. And yes, we should also put out our advance fire. So I'm guessing then, again with fog, let's look at this table again. During fog or falling snow weather, no friendly action of any type other than artillery may be resolved against units in sectors 6 to 8, medium or long range. So I'm guessing also that means we cannot put advancing fire there. So yeah, we basically can't. I'll put that here because it's a higher numbers. It's a higher chance of getting an enemy there. All right, and we have a total of 3 artillery strikes, but that is not going to do us much good against. If we get a tank, we got 3 enemies to activate. Next one is going to be 40. That is light weapons, so that's at least something that will not spawn at long range. Next enemy is 43. That is going to be a tank. I jinxed us. The AT gun will go into this area and it will spawn at long range, I believe that is, unfortunately. Let's see, range table. Yes. And his terrain will be in the open. 7 for an A area infantry. Let's see, that is actually that is a building, and during November 44, which is now, that is going to be a fortification, which is strange because he's not going to be able to fire at us. Well, I mean, there's fog, so you cannot build a fortification after the weather prognosis. Okay, we have light weapons, and we put them over here, and distance is going to be short, and the terrain 5 in an A area is going to be a building. Actually, building is going to be a fortification in November, so he will also be in a fortification. Then we have our dreaded tank. He will go into this area, unfortunately. That's exactly where we don't want him to be. And the range is going to be medium, I think. See, tank 7. Yes, medium tank, medium range. And his facing will be front, and his terrain will be 8. I believe that is open for a tank. Yes, that is on the open. So I'm guessing, like, since we cannot fire at him, I'm guessing he cannot fire at us either. We're rolling to kill an infantry squad. No, it doesn't say anything about him not being able to fire. So perhaps he can. Then that is very strange. And you have a situation where we cannot spot him, we cannot fire at him, but he can fire at us. That is just very odd. Well, let's see what happens, guys. At least it's in the open, and artillery support can hit stuff like that, but you know, it's not gonna happen. Anyway, let's resolve our advancing fire first. So first we have advancing fire against the light weapons, and light weapons will retreat on a roll of 1 to 30. Let's see here. 1 to 39 with the US control markers. And then unfortunately plus 10 then, so 1 to 29 we will get him. And we're all 52, so that's not going to happen. Then we have the AT gun. The AT gun is 1 to 20, 1 to 29 with the markers, but plus 10 because of fog, so 1 to 19. And we're all 72, so that is not going to happen either. So our advancing fire does not help us out today. And we roll now for our artillery. Artillery versus the versus this guy, and now also this comes in handy, our chart here for different stuff. So we have during fog, snow, it will affect advancing fire, it will affect friendly fire or friendly action fire, but it will not affect artillery strikes, and it will not affect airstrikes, but airstrikes with the 2 airstrikes are not allowed during fog, so it cannot affect airstrikes since airstrikes are not available. Okay, so that's good at least. So for the light weapons, we need a roll of 1 to 30. And first attempt is not successful. Against the tank, we will need 1 to 10 to kill the tiger, and then we have plus 10 for artillery fire versus vehicles. So it's only gonna die on an automatic kill of 1, 2, or 3. Roll 20. For AT gun, we need a roll of 1 to 20. And roll 18. So we do get the AT gun, and I'm very happy for that. That is going to make things a lot easier for us. So we note on our after action report here, knocked out AT gun for 4 victory points. That is the first artillery strike. Then we have one more. Again, light weapons 1 to 30. And we roll 17, so we get the light weapons as well. So now we're getting somewhere. There we go, come on. And then we note on our after action report 1 VP. And then we roll again against the tiger. 1, 2, 3 kills him. We roll 85. I believe that might be enough to put smoke on him. Yeah, 60 or higher puts smoke. It's not gonna matter though. I mean, these charts, they're wearing down. I've been playing this game so much because I play it also off camera. I got my own campaign going, and you know, I'm wearing this game out. So if anyone got a brand new copy that you want to get rid of, let me know the price because I definitely want to buy it. I want to have a spare. Okay, we roll again for artillery against the tiger. And we roll 92, so that is gonna be smoke again. And I think that is 95. I think that is, we only had 2 more, so the last one doesn't count. We removed artillery support, and we roll to see if there is ambush. Ambush happens on a roll of 1 to 8 now, and roll a 3, so it happens. Enemy action advanced scenario. We roll 37, and we have a +10 for the tank. So that's going to be move to the right. Well, that is good for us because we want him to get out of there so we can start firing at him. Yes. Okay, and then we go ahead and roll for his new facing. And we rolled 7, so it will be the side, I think, for a tank. Facing tank 7. Yes. That is the side. And then he's moving, and his new terrain 8 will be open. Okay, and that's it. Then we have random events table, and we roll 16, which is going to be enemy artillery. Oof, and we have our hatches open. That's bad. It's very bad indeed. We roll first to see enemy. How many infantry the artillery kills. On a roll of 1 to 6, it kills 1 squad, 7 to 9, 2 squads, 10, 3 squads. And I roll 3, so we have 1 lost friendly infantry squad. We lose 3 VP for that. And then we look on the dreaded collateral damage table, and we hope we roll 1 to 50, no effect. And we rolled 19, so we are lucky here, no effect. We had all our hatches open, so that could have been bad. Okay, that is the end of this turn. So we deplete smoke. And I think actually you only delete 1. Alright, so it's time to... We cannot spot. It would be time to spot otherwise, but we cannot spot the tiger since it's at medium range and we have fog. We are going to pivot the tank. We're going to rotate the turret. And we are going to change gun load to AP just in case that he gets closer to us. You know, it could happen. And then I want to be I think I want to be ready. I think I'm not going to do it. I think if I do that, if I go and we keep it HE, because if I go ahead and do that, something bad is going to happen. I know it. Instead of, I'll fire the submachine gun. And we do the same thing as before. Keep the fire up because I have a feeling that we're going to have a Panzerfaust very soon. So we go ahead and pivot the tank, and then we go ahead and rotate turret. Then we fire submachine gun into this area. Then we fire the bow MG into this area and the 50 cal into this area. So roll first ammo for the 50 cal. And roll 7, so we lose 1 ammo box. We are down to 5 50 cal boxes. And then for the bow MG, we roll 86. And that is gonna be everything that we can do for this turn. I should probably have closed my hatches, but I couldn't have fired a 50 cal and the Thompson if I would have done that. Anyway, now we have to live with our choices, and that is a horrible part about this game. Now we roll for the tank again. And roll 100. Fire at lead tank. 100. Okay, and let's see here. We have the modifier. To kill numbers are halved for each. To kill numbers are halved for both tables on combat beyond close range is prohibited. Okay, so he cannot fire at us. During falling snow or fog weather, to kill numbers are halved for both tables, and combat beyond close range is prohibited. So he cannot fire at us or our lead tank. So that is at least some good news. Then we have our friendly action, and we will kill this Panzer V on a roll of 1 to 10, and then it's 1 to 19 with our -3 for each use controlled sector. So then it's 1 to 19, but then we have the bloody +10 during fog or falling snow. So it's 1 to 9 to take him out. And roll 25. So yeah, obviously we don't take him out. I don't know how this is going to end. Random events table. And roll 39, which is going to be very close to harassing fire, but now it's going to be friendly advance. So that is at least one good thing to happen. And then we go back to the, we spend one smoke. We go ahead and I'll close my commander's hatch. I'll close his hatch. And then instead of rotating the turret here, I will fire the bow and coaxial, with the gunner. And then I will just stop with the driver. So we'll fire the submachine gun with the loader. I close the hatch with the driver as well. There's no reason to. And with the assistant driver, they have no reason to keep them open. So the loader fires the submachine gun into this sector, advancing fire, and then our gunner fires coaxial into this, and our assistant driver fires bow MG. So we start by rolling. We only roll for the 230 cals. And 64, nothing happens, and second time 28, so we spend one ammo box. We go from 21 30 cal boxes to 20. And then we go ahead and roll for enemy action for our Tiger tank, who is also not moving any longer because he did stop. And we roll 50. 50 for the tank is moved back. That is annoying, so he moves to long range. So we give him another moving marker. And we roll for facing. He will face the rear again, the side. With a roll of 7, yes, and his new terrain will be in the open. Okay, and then we roll for friendly action to take this guy out now. Instead of 9, it's going to be 12, because we have another use control area, 1 to 12. And we were so close, 43, it was about to be a 0. And then we go ahead and roll on random events table, and we roll 7. That's friendly artillery. Okay, friendly artillery, but we have a -1 at +10 on the artillery fire versus vehicle, +10 for fog, so it's gonna only happen on an automatic kill of 1, 2, or 3. Ooh, it was close to being a 9 at least. That would have been cool. Anyway, we don't get him, so we go back. It feels like this is gonna go on forever because I can't do anything. I can't. There's nothing I can do. So this is very frustrating. I'll keep firing, with these guys. I cannot spot him. I'll keep the hatches just like they are. So we just roll for the 230 cals. First one, nothing happens. Second one, we spend one ammo box. We go from 20 30 cal boxes to 19. And then we roll again on the enemy action table for our Tiger. We roll 80. I'm going to re-roll that. we roll 10, and 10 for the tank is do nothing. So we roll for friendly action, and to take down this guy, we need a roll of 1 to 10, 1 to 22, plus 10, so 1 to 12 to take him out. 85, we put a smoke marker on him, but that's not what we want. We roll for random events table, and roll 48. 48 is going to be friendly advance again. So we have, we've captured the whole map now. Okay, and then it's our turn again, but again, we can't do anything, so we'll do the same. We roll for ammo on those. Nothing happens, and then we roll for enemy action, and we roll 75 with our enemy tank, and it's fire at any tank. But then we have this again: during snow or fog weather, to kill numbers are halved, and combat beyond close range is prohibited, so he cannot fire at us. So then it's friendly action again on a 1 to 12. We take him out. We roll 22, so that's too bad. Random events table, and we roll 19 this time. That is enemy artillery again. That is not good. 19 enemy artillery. Okay, so we roll first to see how many squads we lose, and then it's gonna be 1 knocked out friendly infantry squad. So that's another 3 VP we lose. And then again, we have to roll on the collateral damage table, but now we have been wise and closed everyone's hatch except the loader. And we roll a 3, so nothing happens. On a roll of 1 to 50, nothing ever happens there. Okay, we do the same as usual. We have to remember to deplete our smoke. We fire the 30 cals. The coaxial, nothing happens. The other one, nothing happens. So we roll again for enemy action for the tank. And we roll, I'm going to say that's a 44. 44 is move back. So now he retreats. And hopefully that is going to end the battle. Because it's just... like I said, man, the weather... I love this game, but the weather is... not my favorite part of this game. We still need to roll on the random events table. And roll 40. 40 on the random events table is friendly advance. So basically now we have definitely captured this whole area. Guys, that is going to end it, because now we captured the exit area. So I think, I mean, considering how we didn't have luck with the weather and so on, I think we did very good. We knocked out 1 machine gun or light weapons. We knocked out a Panzerspeerwagen for 2 VP. We knocked out a Panther tank for 9 VP. We knocked out 1 AT gun for 4 VP. We captured 4 areas, which turns into 8 VP with the modifier for advance. And then we captured 1 exit area for 20 VP with the modifier from advance. Unfortunately, we did lose 2 infantry squads, so that means we lost a total of 6 VP from that. For our tank, we have 0 VP, unfortunately. For the territory, we have 28. And for knocked out enemy units, our friendly forces have 16 VP. So the final score is going to be 38 VP. I don't think that is bad, considering we have had bad weather, so on. I think we were quite lucky to have, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones traveling, and if we would have had anything else, probably we'd very likely not make this day, or bad things could happen. Okay, we need to do the most fun part, which is rolling for crew advancement. So my commander, which is yours truly, D Niemi, he needs a roll of 10, and he gets a 3. Our gunner, Corporal T. Brayton, needs a roll of 9 or higher. I'm gonna re-roll that. And then finally we have our loader, Private W. Peterson, who's been with us from the start. He needs a roll of 10. That's the second time he got a 1. And then our driver, Private Nico, needs a roll of 7 or higher. That's unfortunate. Our assistant driver, Private Preem E. Jack, needs a roll of 6 or higher. 10, so he gets the 10. Well, at least we got 1 crew advancement. And we're getting back to pretty high crew ratings now, so that definitely helps when you're trying to fire at enemies. So that's cool. Well, guys, this is it. This is the end of the 23rd of November. Let's quickly look at our combat calendar to see what we have for next time. For next time, we have Crossed Sar River at Rommelfing, and advance where we will have combat on a 4 or lower with medium resistance. After that, we have counterattacks. Counterattack with medium resistance. Combat will occur on a roll of 7 or lower, so most likely we'll have that counterattack. And then we have a bunch of smaller numbers. There's 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. Then it's 9, 9, battle with high resistance. Not looking forward to that. Battle of binding. Then we have finally refitting, and I'm looking forward to that because most likely, I'm just gonna say how it is. I'm very doubtful that we will reach refit without losing this jumbo tank, because you are so often the lead tank, and if you are the lead tank during a battle with heavy resistance, you know, you are not going to survive. That is just the way it works. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me for this great adventure, episode 21 of Patton's Best. That is just crazy. It's gonna be interesting to see if we finish this campaign before New Year's in real life. Well, we'll do our best. You know, we're about halfway through it. We've been going at it for quite a while, but I'm still enjoying it very much. Um, well, if you're not subscribed, I hope you get subscribed because it helps me out a lot. Also helps me out very much if you like the video, and if you take you know, do a comment. What did you think of the battle or a video, or could I do something better, or did I do something good, whatever. Okay guys, that's it. We're gonna say bye now, and I will see you in episode 22 of Patton's Best here on the World War II Solitaire Board Game channel.